Hi, PC Expert Amateur here, and we're going to take a look at a Lian Li fan. It's a 160 millimeter, one of only two 160 millimeter fans that I own currently. It's an ARGB fan on top of that, and it is specifically made for the Lancool 216R cases. So this is something that's difficult to find. I got very lucky. Apparently, somebody had ordered it at Micro Center, and then for whatever reason, they didn't keep it, and so it was in the open box section. And yeah, so it comes in a very plain box like this. I wrote down all the specs that I could find about it. There's just, it didn't even have the actual model number on it. The model that's listed here is actually for the case itself. So LAN 216RW-16F white is the case. It is not the fan. So it took quite a bit of searching for me to find that, the correct model number, which is also not shown on the fan itself. There are two different numbers on the hub here, neither of which is the model number, which is frustrating. Now, this is not the only time I've come across it where the model number that's on the fan is not actually for the fan. It's for some part of the fan, like maybe it's for the motor. I'm not really sure because different companies do different things. A lot of times there's nothing whatsoever. Sometimes there's one, sometimes there are two. And in this case, there are two, which are not relevant to this. So the actual model number is G89 period LAN 216RX-16. Why that makes all the difference in the world is beyond me. Anyways, so the fan, if you look at it, you can see that the sides are not the same. This is because this fits on the front of the case, and so it gets pushed into the case from the outside, and so they have this flange here to hold it in place, and it has both standard ARGB 3-pin and 4-pin or PWM. Sorry. Okay, so it is, it is a good fan, and I'm glad that it's standard. It doesn't come with anything, not even screws, or at least mine didn't. It may have been because it was open box. Maybe the customer, when they returned it, forgot to put the screw package back in there, or maybe they didn't return it with all the other things that were supposed to be in there. I don't know. I had tried contacting Lian Li to get replacement parts for this and other items that I thought were missing or were definitely missing. And Lian Li was pretty uncooperative, and all they would say after going back and forth with him over a period of weeks is that go buy it on AliExpress. And I refused to buy anything on AliExpress. I said, well, is there somewhere else I can go? Because I'd already gone to Micro Center and looked. They didn't have anything. I'd already looked on Amazon and Newegg and I think a couple other places. They didn't have anything. They were like, nope, sorry, AliExpress. They wouldn't help. And that was really irritating. And it just reaffirms my distaste with Lian Li because, that's... I was not impressed with the customer service. We'll say that. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the lighting on this. So you can see that it's both the blades and the ring around it are lit up. You can also see the lights from the back, but not really the ring itself. And now let's go ahead and see what it sounds like, or hear what it sounds like. Now, I could run a comparison with this versus a 140 millimeter Noctua IPPC. But that's an industrial fan. This is not an industrial fan, but the industrial fans can get pretty noisy, even when they're not made for a server. Hold on. Okay, so at this point, it's silent. It starts at a very low voltage, which is great, and can't hear a dang thing. Now I can hear a low hum, or not like a but just the sound of the fan. There is a bit of a harmonic right there that I caught. So, aside from that one harmonic resonance, I didn't really notice it, and that harmonic resonance was very, very mild. Now, as far as what we can use it for, well, obviously, unless you're willing to cut the flanges off the two sides, you can only use this in specific spots on cases that are designed for a fan that gets pushed in from the outside. But if you're willing to cut it, you're still going to have a challenge, I believe. But I don't think somebody with skill is going to have a problem, because once you get this shave down to 160 by 160, it'll be equal, and you should be able to mount it no problem. But as is, yeah. Now, this is actually fairly powerful. Let me try to give myself some distance. I can feel it fairly far away, and I feel the pressure. I can feel it at a fairly decent level at around this distance. So it's pretty good, especially if you needed to have a fan running that is behind a barrier or pushing through a radiator or pulling through a radiator. Obviously, is going to be really hard because this is a front mount fan externally. But so the reason for the flange is this creates part of the front appearance of the Landcool 216R. So yeah, if you are willing to modify it, you could use it for whatever case, air cooler, water cooler, as long as obviously you've got the right space for it. But otherwise, it's just going to be on the front of the case. It's self-limiting, which makes it hard for them to market this product, which explains why I got lucky when I found it, and I haven't seen it since. Not like I go to Micro Center very often, but if you search for this product online, it's also kind of a challenge to find a replacement fan. So we're going to take a look at the specifications now. All right, so again, it's the Lian Li G89.LAN 216RX-16, and then there are those other things that are listed. And I don't know why I put this stuff over here. I should have put it on the description itself. So I'll just slide that over there. And it actually, I got it on sale because it was an open box. And so I only paid about 12 bucks, something like that for it. And it's certified for CE and ROHS. And made in China, of course. Lian Li is a Chinese company after all. And most everybody produces their fans in China. these days. Now this has got a obviously two different dimensions, so I've listed both of them, both the front and the back. I mean, so on the front it's 190 by 170 versus 30, and then the depth is 30 either way. And then if you look at the back side, it's 160 by 160. And I don't know how many hours of life it's supposed to have. I do know that it has a 2-year warranty, however, and it has ARGB. Unfortunately, I was unable to discover what it is compatible with specifically, which is kind of irritating. I'm using an Asus motherboard and it works with that. So obviously, you know, I can say from experience, I can say Asus. But aside from that, I don't know. It weighs 330 grams. It has 7 blades, 145 millimeter spacing between the mounting holes, 500 to 1600 RPMs. It has a maximum, I can speak really. It has a maximum airflow of 118.85 CFMs and a maximum static pressure of 3.1 millimeters of water. The maximum noise is 32 decibels. It has, for the fan control itself, it has a 60 centimeter cable that is not daisy chainable and is not sleeved. And then for the LEDs, it's got a 46 centimeter cable that is daisy chained and is not sleeved. And it uses PWM and standard ARGB connectors. It has a hydrodynamic bearing, 12 volts, 6 watts, 0.5 amps, and then the lights themselves have 5 watts, 3.25 volt. 5 5 volts, 3.25 watts, and 0.65 amps. Sorry about that. And there are no indicators for the rotational flow, but you know from the flange side that is the front side where the air is being pulled in, and this turns in a clockwise direction. And again, mine did not come with anything, but again, I don't know if that's the parts were stolen or forgotten or whatever. So that's all there is to that one. I'd like to thank Grindler at Bleeping Computer for allowing me to share my videos and posts on his website. Bleeping Computer has a lot of resources, including vetted programs, malware removal instructions, malware removal volunteers, other kinds of volunteers for IT, cybersecurity information, and more. It's a great place to go. Give it a try. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.